Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Can you hear those beautiful birds? Sing. That's better. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. We're out here in the harder nature. 10 reasons men leave women they love. We got a great question that came in. Okay, a woman wrote in saying that this guy loves her, but he's running away. What's happening? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Okay, let's dive into this topic. I'm going to share with you what's helped me along my journey, what I've learned about this topic, counseling so many people, inspiring millions. Now, when I was 21, I was in a relationship and I was like so preoccupied with other things. I started taking the other person for granted. Okay? And I learned so much. Like I always say, relationships are the best to learn more about yourself. So let's start with the first reason a man may leave a woman that he loves. He's not ready. What? Say it again, Ralph. He's not ready for commitment. He's afraid of being in a committed relationship. He's not ready yet. And a lot of women, it's something you're going to have to accept. Okay? You have to ask him, are you ready? Or are you not? Okay? It happens like this. Let's just say when you're like 18, maybe even 19, a lot is happening in your life. You're studying, you're probably getting a job. Then when you're in your early 20s, you're working somewhere. And relationship is a commitment. And a lot of men are so busy doing other things that once again, they haven't made you a priority, which we talk of that in the water relationship, okay? When a guy says, forget about it, you are the priority, okay? So a lot of men are afraid of commitment. Now, what's the solution? Because we're all about solutions. I was afraid of commitment. I was afraid of commitment for a long time, baby. And I had to learn that it was because I didn't know who I was. Okay? A lot of guys don't know who they are. Just like a lot of women don't. Right? So you need to give that guy a lot of time to develop. But more so, you got to communicate. Like, communication will solve a lot of relationship issues. Just open your mouth and start talking to each other. Okay? Not everyone's a mind reader. What's the second reason men leave women they love? Oftentimes it's because a guy has not actualized. What am I talking about? I talk of men of purpose, that until a man has really actualized, manifested, seen his dreams come into fruition, oh yeah, he's gonna love you, but he's always gonna feel incomplete, because for him to really exercise his masculine energy, he needs to be doing something, living in his life purpose every single day. Otherwise, he might take it out on you. He won't bring 100% to the relationship. Even if he loves you, he would just feel like, okay, I'm not good enough because I'm not living my dreams out. That's why, ladies, you want to be supporting a man, right? Your partner going for his dreams. Like, a guy is there to bring out the inner goddess in you, and you are there to remind him of the God that he is, okay? So you need to give him time to actualize, okay? And a lot of guys have to start actualizing more, right? You need to get a move on living your dream so you can be in that beautiful water relationship and you can both massage each other, baby. Okay, and for a long time, I didn't actualize, right? I was still working here, working there, didn't know what to do with my life. It was falling to pieces. And guess what? At that time, my relationship just didn't feel full, right? Because once I did start to actualize, start doing what I love, my relationship got a lot better. Because once you change one area of your life, all other areas change. Slow motion this side. 7-day vegan challenge, baby. You both have different diets. Another reason why men leave women they love happened to me along my journey. I was going out with a beautiful Ethiopian woman. I went to Ethiopia, had some good injera. Look, at that time, I was transitioning to a plant-based diet. And I've spoken about this story. I would send her information about how good being vegan is, and she was just dipping her fries in ketchup, eating hamburgers, and I'm like, this is not gonna work. I love you though. I love you. But it's just not gonna work because people don't really realize how important food is. I got a lot of women writing to me saying that just because they've changed their diet, how their relationship is looking now is totally different. Because you see, great relationships happen over great food, right? We spend a long time eating, especially if you're stuffing beautiful plant-based food in your mouth. So sometimes, like what happened for me, I said I wanted a bit more. I wanted to meet someone who had the same passion for animals I did. And I realized I was worthy of that. And then I met a vegan and I noticed the huge difference. Why? Because we could actually go out to eat together. Right? So you both have to see, are you both on the same page food-wise? You don't always have to be eating exactly the same foods as they are, but you need a very similar mindset when it comes to eating food. Like if you are eating healthy plant-based foods together, chances are the relationship is going to be even better. And the kisses, oh my days, they are going to taste even better. What's the fourth reason? Men leave women they love. Now, I counseled women and men. So many. Too many to count. Women always say, because they feel like sometimes they tell me that their man doesn't feel he can be a man in their relationship. I'm too successful, they tell me. A lot of men feel intimidated by my presence in a relationship. Now, studies have showed this, that sometimes if a woman is getting more successful than her partner, then a lot of men, once again, if they haven't actualized, they might feel they are inadequate. I'm here to tell you guys out there that, trust me, if a woman is with you and you might think she's more successful, she still loves you regardless. You are still worthy, okay? She might even be earning more money than you, okay? You might feel you have what I call financial immaturity. Okay, when you go out to eat, you haven't got enough money. She's always paying. She's buying you stuff. Yeah, that's a sign, though. You need to start working on your stuff. Start moving towards your dreams so you can be financially mature enough to say, hey, baby, let's go to Hawaii. Let's do this, baby. Let's go and swim with some dolphins or something, right? Okay, so a lot of guys, if the woman is sometimes more successful, if a guy hasn't come into his higher nature, he might even get envious of that woman. He may not feel he's able to be a man around that woman, okay? So the solution here is to, once again, start trusting each other to say that both of us in a relationship, each one is bringing something to the table. Relationships are about respect and honesty. And if you are a guy, You're a woman, you need to both respect each other and say, okay, I get it. You represent the divine feminine. I'm going to do a whole video on that. And I represent the divine masculine. We're both different. Not equal, different. We both serve different functions, which are equally as important though. Okay. What's number 5? The 5th reason men leave women they love. He can't go out with the boys. Like a lot of guys write to me saying that my partner is getting way too controlling for my liking. You got a curfew? Oh my gosh, I got to be in at 7 o'clock. Okay. That will drive anyone crazy, up the wall. They'll go cuckoo. Okay, when a man can't feel like he can express himself, when he always has to hide, who are you talking to, this, that, then it becomes very unattractive, because once again, when we talk of sexology, water, fire, hot, cold, yin, yang, we're talking about the level of expression. The more expression you have in a relationship, the more you are attracted to that person, because the more freedom you have to expand and become your greatest version. Slow motion this side. But when you can't express who you are, then there are difficulties. A lot of the times happens when you're young. I see guys who are 18 getting in long-term relationships, and that's beautiful. But once again, have you really partied hard, right? When I was 18, I was going to clubs, I was doing all of that stuff. So now I can say, oh, I did that. But you see, a lot of people want to act like, a lot of guys, they get into a relationship at 17, they get married at 18, and then they're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, because you haven't had any experience with anybody else. You haven't felt what it feels like to be on the other side of the fence. Okay, get a bit of experience, and that's what you need, right? So guys out there, you want to ask yourself, have you got enough experience to really know this is the one I want? And a lot of women have to realize that at the end of the day, you need to let a guy roam around, and you need to show him how valuable you are. Sometimes even by just not being taken for a ride, okay? Because you are equally so important, okay? And you're there, you're supporting, but now he has to pull his weight. So you have to remind him that you're not always going to be there. He has to be ready to come for you, okay? And let's talk about number 6. Work in progress. That is why sometimes men leave women they love. Because they're like, honey, I got to sort myself out right now. And you're like, when you're saying that like 2 years ago, don't worry about it, okay? Everybody is work in progress. This is not exclusively to men. This is for everybody. Women, the cat down the road, anybody you could think of. We are all learning. Nobody is perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. And that's something you've got to take in consideration. Okay, I realize I'm still work in progress. But certain times, men can't accept being work in progress while they're being seen, so they have to run away somewhere and then work on themselves. A lot of the times as well, they're not in the right state of mind. Too much going on. Okay? And that's why the solution, women encourage your men to say, okay, you're doing enough, right? And be very careful how you talk to someone in a relationship. You don't want to be too harsh. You want to be honest, but you don't want to be too harsh, because if you're too harsh, you actually push someone further away. You got to talk to people with compassion, and then they open up to you. You want a guy to really open up to you, women? You know what to do? Oh, that's another video, right? How to get a guy to open up to you. Well, I'll give you a little snippet. Compliment him on one thing. Say, yeah, you are amazing at, oh, baby, he starts telling you stuff. Your relationship becomes better. Slow motion this side. Let's talk about number 7. priorities. The seventh reason men leave women they love is because they have a lot of priorities, but they don't have a priority with you. Once again, it could be that they're so busy at work. Okay? They're so busy traveling. They're so busy doing this and that they've forgotten that love is all you need. And it took me a long time to realize that. But what made me realize that was becoming more actualized. Once again, a lot of guys are rushing every single day to work. Relationship, they don't even have time to brush their teeth, let alone give you the love you need. So to guys, if you want to have a priority, if you want to put your relationship really up there, you need to start making time. Don't say I don't have time because I'm doing this and doing that, right? Make time for the one you love, because surely they deserve and are worthy of the same attention you give to your work. Slow motion this side. Number 8, buried in paperwork. A lot of guys are so overwhelmed. Certain times the bank account is low. Now, these are just excuses, but this is a reason why men leave women they love. They get consumed with paperwork. And the solution here is, guys, you got to handle your business. For a long time, I didn't handle my business. Like, I remember when I was 19, I was just like a loose leaf. Okay, I was wandering around like a lost nomad, and that's so fun, actually. I want to do it again, actually, right? But handling your business is to say, okay, I'm in the process every single day of bettering myself, becoming my greatest version. Okay? That's what's going to help you stay with someone you really care about. And the other person has to know that you're not finished. You're not finished. You are flawed, but at the same time, it's what we call your perfect imperfections. Okay, and a lot of women, you have to realize that when a guy tells you something, sometimes it's his ego talking, right? Sometimes he's so stressed out. And that's no excuse, because maybe you are too. That's why you both need to have a level of appreciation for where both of you are. You have to take all of that in consideration, and now you both move into the water relationship. Okay, let's talk about number 9, and the ego. Okay, the ego can take over. The ego is like a wild bull, right? So that's another reason why men leave women they love, because the ego is what I call foolish pride. They're like, I'm the man of the house, and the woman is like, no, I'm the woman of the house. Like, both of your egos are so huge right now, you've forgotten about the heart space, which is the only thing that will keep your relationship together. Slow motion this side. So what helped me along my journey was to realize, like, I've been in a heart-based relationship, okay? And I can tell you all about this. What it feels like is that the ego begins to dissolve. You don't have to say, okay, I'm the man, I'm this, I'm that, I'm macho man, no. All of that disappears when you are in the water relationship. When you are in the Coca-Cola relationship, on the other hand, ego comes into place, because you're like, I'm this, I'm the big man, I'm the big boss. You undermine the person you love, the person you are in a relationship with. A lot of men leave a woman they love because they can't admit how much they love them. I always tell people every single day, don't let your ego take over. Pick up the phone right now. Forget the phone. Go to the person, say how much you love them, and let them know. Because if your ego is always there, you will leave, and you know deep down you still love that person, and then they won't probably know, and then they meet someone else. So put the ego in the back seat for once and put your heart in the front seat. Okay, let's talk about number 10, baby. Woo! The 10th reason men leave women they love is because reality hits home. You start to realize that, yes, wait a minute, things were so different in the club with the flashing lights. Now you got to wake up with this person every single day, right? I was living with someone for a long time. I'm no longer with them, right? But when I was living with that person at a period of my life, I got a good glimpse of what it was like, right? Day in, day out. And what did I learn? That it's a beautiful thing. But at the same time, you have to be ready. Now, when this happened, I was very young, okay? And a lot of the times it can happen to us. You might be 19 in your early 20s just living with someone. But wait a minute, it was all good, just like when you were dancing with them in the club, but you didn't know who that person was. A relationship is a whole process of self-exploration, which means it takes time. Someone is very different from just a selfie you see on Instagram. When you're actually living with them, wake up to them, whoa! It's a whole lot different. They're more closer to you right now, right in your face, okay? You got to be able to live with that. And I was. I just realized, though, for a lot of guys, reality hits home. Now, this person is no longer just a body, because that's what we go for, okay? When you're living with someone, you start to say, okay, I've got to start feeling them on a heart level. A lot of people, they always say, always go for someone who touches your soul more than your body, okay? So a lot of guys, reality hits home. And oftentimes another reason, bonus, is because there is a lack of intimacy, okay? In the beginning, there is a lot of intimacy, or is it? Is it just lust? There's a difference between lust and intimacy. We'll come to that later. Intimacy is what brings the relationship together. A relationship is nothing more than a plant. The more you water it, the more it grows. If you don't, then it won't. Even rhymes, right? So I learned along my journey how I got an amazing water relationship, how from now on, all my relationships are going to be amazing, is because I know you have to water the plant for it to grow. You need intimacy for anything to stay together, for anything to take shape, for anything to grow. A lot of men become cold. They disappear. A lot of women write to me, say, I don't even know where did he go? Because maybe reality's hit home. Now he doesn't really want to open up. Maybe he feels like you're trying to make him feel bad about himself. If you want to open up someone, you need to come from a loving place. They need to feel they're loved, appreciated, and then they can really talk about how they're feeling. And then both of you just say together, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Yeah. And then you have it. We're out here in the heart of nature, baby. Have a beautiful day. It feels so good to be alive, baby. Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You.